Hey, welcome back to the Dr. Nandi Show, and we're talking about biohacks. And are there exercise hacks to help you to tone up and drop weight faster? Well, according to my next guest, the answer is a resounding yes. And she's the founder of New York's first biohacking gym. Love it. And says you can work out for, guess what, 40 minutes a week. That's right, not a day, 40 minutes a week, and be in the best shape of your life. Please welcome personal trainer Pamela Gold. Pamela, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
So appreciative for coming down. So, you know, you're very keen on this data-driven stuff, and all of your machines in your gym, right? They're all data-driven.
Yeah.
And tell me about that.
I'm a scientist at heart, so I want to see what the actual results are. And the data tells us what's working. It tells us how much work we're doing, how we're improving. It holds us accountable and keeps us motivated.
And most people just want the outside, right? Which, I mean, I'm not saying it's not important, but most people want to fit in whatever outfit, you know, in your bikini, or you want your six-pack or eight-pack or whatever pack you want. They're not really interested in the data. How do you convince your clients to say the data is as important as what you look like on the outside?
Well, actually, I mean, the data tells us the real story. As we know, our mind can play a lot of tricks on us, and self-image, right, body image can be really tricky. So one of the data-driven techniques that we use at Hacked is actually a full body scan that shows us the actual measurements and body composition. So you're actually using the data to actually see objectively what those outside-in results are, and then you can tie it with the actual data results on the exercises are. So you can see how the more work you do correlates to the actual change in your body.
That's nice, because sometimes you may not be able to see the immediate effects from your naked eye.
Yeah.
What things do you measure in your practice?
Sure. So I have a strength training machine that will show us the total output and your max concentric and eccentric force, and it also tells you your intensity. So you can see over time how you're getting stronger and more powerful. And then on the cardiovascular fitness side, we measure power and our VO2 max.
Awesome. And then you've got, let me see, you in your ring, you've got an Oura ring, right?
I do have an Oura ring.
And tell me about that. How do you use that in your clients and even if yourself?
Well, this is a really, really important piece of the puzzle for me, because this I use to teach people about recovery. So the Oura ring shows us our HRV, which is the best window we have into how stressed our body actually is. So for people who are mostly interested in the outside in, I use this to teach them about the inside out.
What does HRV stand for?
It's heart rate variability.
Heart rate variability.
The best measure we have to see how stressed our body is. And if we're overtraining, and in New York City, a lot of people overtrain. They think recovery is taking the easy way out. But I have to teach them, no, work out less, then prioritize recovery, and you'll get better results.
That's awesome. And so you give people, I mean, these are things we never had before. I mean, can I see the ring? I'm gonna show them again. I know that, let me see if this one fits my finger. No,
Maybe
still too fat.
Maybe the same one as before, possibly.
Still too fat, yes it is.
Yes.
But it still works for most, and there's different sizes, so it'll work.
Of course.
And then what have you got here? Let's start with this machine.
Sure, so on the recovery side, this is the Nano V. So this actually creates a bioidentical signal to the signal that our cells use when we're under oxidative stress.
Wow.
And so by breathing in this water vapor, we're kind of faking our body out and making our body think that we're under attack. It produces the same kind of mitigating chemicals that we need to undo the oxidative stress and the free radical damage. So it really turns back the clock.
So important. So what you're saying is, if I understand correctly, it almost reproduces what 1,000 years ago would happen when we were chased by a tiger. And so, but not repetitively, but is that the same stress that you can induce in the body?
Right, so any oxidative stress that we get induces that response, right? And so if we can get that response without having that initial stress, we're literally able to turn back the clock.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
and then measure that with the HRV.
And then what you're suggesting is that on the cellular level, you can actually, so oxidative damage, right? You're getting damage that's happening continuously. You can reverse that and actually turn back, when she says turn back the clock, the cells can actually be almost regenerate or not be as damaged. That's awesome. And how often, so let's say for an individual, how often would you use this?
So this machine is a 15-minute session. You can literally use it every day. So every day that I'm at Hacked, whenever I can squeeze it in, I use it. And I find that I sleep better at night, my HRV is improved, and I'm more in flow state. There's just more synchronicities.
And what do you do with this? You actually, what?
You just breathe it in. So you just
press it in,
and now it's blowing.
And you breathe it in.
And you just breathe it in. And so it's basically nothing.
Awesome.
But you can measure it with your HRV.
And I like the fact that there's some science behind it, because sometimes some of the people come up with it and there's really no science or biochemistry. And what about this? What is this?
So this is the near infrared light panel. This is the Juve Go. And so I can turn this on, and now I'm getting near infrared light that's been shown on a cellular level to increase the amount of ATP that I have, which makes the cells function better. For the skin, it increases collagen and elastin, and it helps hair regrow.
That's awesome. And so ATP, for those of you who've studied this in school or college, right? It's the energy substance that everybody needs. So you're saying that it actually can increase that. Yeah. And how long do you have to use this for?
So this, if you do a 10-minute session, and if I do this before I do my strength training, I usually see about a 10% increase in my power and output.
And on your machines?
On my machine, so it's all data driven.
And when you do this, how expensive are these devices if they go to your center?
Oh, at our center, everything is about $45 for a session of recovery. So that's the price point for recovery.
So it's all affordable.
It really is. We try. I mean, I created this to be of service to people. So if it were too expensive, then we couldn't help.
That's exactly right. I like your approach. Make it affordable and not try to make it so that people can't reach you. Here's the thing. I love the principles. To me, is that data driven. It's not that one size fits all. Right? For you, something might be useful. For others, it's not. And then here are two devices that actually use biochemistry and some science. I'm sure they need more studies to show that if you can really reverse things for a general population. But I think it's a great start for biohacking. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.